1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. As families huddled around the radio, these words of President Roosevelt that are today but a scratchy voice on a grainy black and white newsreel ripped through the ether and lodged directly into the national psyche. Then the president steeled the country to the task that lay before it. No matter how long it may take us to overcome this premeditated invasion, the American people, in their righteous might, will win through to absolute victory. His words were prescient, as were those of Harvard-trained Admiral Isoroku Yamamoto, the architect of the attack, who afterwards allegedly remarked, "I fear all I have done is to awaken a sleeping giant and fill him with a terrible resolve." 4 long, hard years of sacrifice ensued, and the men, women, and children of this state, whose stories will be told here at the Michigan World War II Legacy Memorial, along with countless fellow patriots around the world, gave their all in fulfilling these prophecies. Then, on August 6, 1945, as the war reached its conclusion, Harry Truman reminded the country of how the war started. In his speech aboard the USS Augusta, returning from the Potsdam Conference, Truman harkened back to this fateful day, December 7th, 1941, and the country's resolute determination. As he broke the news of the bombing of Hiroshima, Truman said, "The Japanese began the war from the air at Pearl Harbor. They have been repaid many-fold. Let there be no mistake. We shall completely destroy Japan's power to make war." A few days later, it was all over, and the photograph that inspired this statue here was immortalized as the definitive statement of the triumph, relief, and jubilation of that moment. We pause now in the shadow of this symbol of the end of the war to remember the 2,403 Americans killed and the 1,178 Americans wounded in the attack that began it all that quiet Sunday morning 75 years ago today. It is in tribute to that sacrifice and all the sacrifices of the war years that it is up to us, those of us here today, to build the Michigan World War II Legacy Memorial with urgency, so that as many as possible of those who fought and labored so nobly are present to witness its dedication. It is up to